Hello everyone. So in my previous lectures, we have seen how we can install IntelliJ and how to push our first code to Git repository. Okay. So Git repository is very important in case of showcase our work. Whenever you'll create any of the new project, you should push your code to the Git repository, and it will show that how enthusiastic you are in case of programming, and you can add that link to your resume. It will help you in long go. Okay. So today's topic is data types in Java. This is, I believe this is the very basic topic for every language which we are learning. Okay. So there are two main data types in Java: primitive and non-primitive. Okay. So we'll understand what are primitive data types in Java. So first of all, primitive data types are nothing but the data types which are provided by Java itself. Okay. Primitive data types are nothing but the data types which are by default provided by Java. First is byte. Second is Boolean. Third is short. Fourth is int. So these should start with small letters, ideally. That's the way those are declared in Java. Fifth is long. Sixth is float. Seventh double. And eighth is character. Okay. So these are the 8 primitive data types. Basically, primitive data type starts with small letter, and these 8 are all reserved keywords in Java. These keywords you cannot use at any other place other than defining the or other than declaring the variables. Okay. So using these data types, how we can declare any of the variable. Let's say we want to create one variable with integer data type. We'll just simply say int a is equal to 6. Okay. So this is how we can declare and define the variable. Another one can be char small c. C is equal to a. Okay. So we'll discuss these data types in detail in our IntelliJ IDE. So we'll first of all, we'll create one new project called data types. So if you see, if you have observed, right, I'm following camel case convention for each and every variable, or as well as for the project name. Okay. So this is my base directory where this project will get created. Language is Java, build system is IntelliJ, and JDK is 1.8. I'll simply click on create. So this is the basic structure of the project it has created. It has by default added this code IntelliJ with the system.out.println as hello world. I'll simply run this code to check if everything is set up correctly or not. So this has been set up correctly. So we'll go one by one. This is the byte primitive data type. We'll try to declare one byte variable with name b is equal to 20, 12. Okay. So if you see, right, this b has been initialized with value 12. If I try to give same name as byte, it is giving me error because byte is already an reserved character, and let's see what error it is giving. Not a statement. So if you try to give another name, this error will resolve. Okay, so this is what I meant by primitive data types. other than declaring data type, we cannot use that keyword anywhere else. Okay, so byte has allocation of 8 bits. It can hold value up to 8 bits. Okay, so I'll go little deeper here. I'll show you with the diagram what I'm trying to show you guys. Okay, I'm opening the whiteboard. Okay, let's consider this is a memory which has blocks. So each block represents 1 byte, 1 bit. Each block represents 1 bit, and we'll say that each block has some address. Okay, so let's say starting of this block has address 100. The last one will be 103, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it is increasing by 1 bit every time. So if you want to hold this value 12 in this memory, how we will hold it? So I'll just simply use Google Chrome to convert 12 into binary form. Okay, so this is the 12 representation of binary 1100. So these are 1 1 0 0. This first 4 bits will be 0. So this is how our memory will look like after we have declared and defined this variable. Okay, and internally the machine will assign this byte one variable as address as 100. So the machine will know this byte variable represents the memory block 100, and from 100th position read 8 bytes for this variable because it is a of type byte. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is ये जो byte variable है इसका जो memory address है that will be assigned as 100, and जो हमने इसको byte declare किया है इसका मतलब this byte variable is of 8 bits. So जब भी हम ये variable आगे यूज करेंगे तब it will try to read from 100th position till 107. So ये जो सारे 8 bytes है वो read 8 bits है वो read होंगे to use this value. Let's say अब हम इसको print करना चाहते हैं. Okay, value of byte 1 is byte 1. Okay, जब हम इसको रन करेंगे इसका मतलब क्या है, वी आर एक्सेसिंग दिस बाइट 1 वेरिएबल, तो तब ये 100 पोजीशन से 107 तक रीड करेगा बाइट्स दैट विल बी 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 0. So these are 8 bits which are representing this 12 value. Okay, so this will happen for each and every data type. Let's say we'll take another example of Boolean. Okay, Boolean B is equal to true. So here, right, this Boolean variable can accept only true or false. Other than that, it will not take any value. If you will try to assign it 1, right, it will give you error that the required data type is Boolean, but we are assigning as integer. So 1 is nothing but an integer value, and we are trying to assign this one integer value to Boolean B variable, which is not possible. Okay, so you have to assign either true or false. Okay, so this variable takes 1 bit of memory in memory system. I'll try to show you that. So let's say this is 1 bit of memory, and as we have given value as false, so basically true represents bit 1 and false represents bit 0. So जब भी हम इस boolean b वेरिएबल को वैल्यू असाइन करेंगे false, इसका मतलब the bit value of that address will be 0. अगर हम इसको ट्रू असाइन करते हैं तो बिट वैल्यू ऑफ दैट एड्रेस विल बी 1. तो अभी हमने फॉल्स असाइन किया है, तो लेट्स से इसका जो एड्रेस है, इस पर्टिकुलर ब्लॉक का एड्रेस है लेट्स से 200. So this is just an illustration. These are not actual addresses of the memory, or as we have assigned it as false, right? So that bit value will be 0. Likewise, it will be in memory. Similarly, next data type is short. Okay, and जब हम इस let's try to print this value s out. S out is shortcut to print the value in terminal. Value of Boolean variable b is b. So जो हमारा byte का value है वो है 12, and our Boolean variable value is b. Sorry, our Boolean variables value is false. Okay. अब हम चलते हैं short data type की तरफ. Short shrt is equal to 200. Okay, so this particular short data type takes 2 byte of memory, which is nothing but 8 bits. Sorry, 2 bytes of memory is nothing but 16 bits. So value for short variable is 200, and its byte allocation will be 2 bytes, which is nothing but 16 bits. So from 100 to 1115, that is nothing but 16 bits. So this will be our short variable. Okay, so now we'll try to convert this 200 decimal value to binary code, and that will be nothing but these last 8 bits will be 1100 and 1000. So this value represents 200. Okay, the next, and we'll try to print this one as well. Value of short variable shrt is this one. Okay, unfortunately we cannot get the address of these variables, so this is just an illustration that we are assuming that this particular block has address starting from 100, this particular is starting from 200, and this is starting from again 100. Okay, in actually these address will be random addresses which cannot be read by our code. Okay, next one is integer. So before moving on to integer, this one is 1 bit, that is fine. Short is 16 bits, so the minimum and maximum value for short will be we'll quickly check on Google. Min and max value for short in Java. Okay, So minimum value is nothing but minus 32,768. Maximum is nothing but this one. So if you trying to assign value lower than this one, then it will throw you an error. Let's say I'm trying to assign this value, it throws an error that the provided is integer type and we are expecting it should be a short, which is nothing but the value for this variable should be in this range. Okay, it applies to all the variables. Let's say for byte min is minus 127 and max is 128. So if you try to assign 129, it will throw you an error. If you try to assign minus 129, it will throw you an error. Okay, so it is throwing us error on compile time itself, because compiler already knows that for byte type of variable, the value should not be lesser than this value or should not be greater than this value. Okay, and for Boolean, we are good that it can accept only true or false. For short, the range should be this one. We don't need to by heart this one. This is just for an understanding purpose. Okay, now we'll move on to the integer. So short form of integer is int, and we'll give some name a is equal to 10,000. Okay, this can hold up to 4 bytes of data, which is nothing but 32 bits. Convert this 10,000 into bits, you will get to know decimal to okay. So this is the representation of 10,000 in binary: 1000, 111, 000, 1 and 4 times 0. Okay, I hope you are getting this one. Value for variable a is plus a. Okay, so similarly, I'll just fast forward little bit. Long, float and double and char, these are four are remaining. So for long, b is equal to 10 lakhs, let's say. Variable b is already defined. Okay, so for long it takes 8 bytes, which is nothing but 64 bits. Okay, and for float and double, okay, so float, to declare float type of variable, we will give some decimal values to it. Okay, 34.5678, something like that, and at the end we should assign f as an indication that this particular value is float. Okay, this also holds 4 bytes, which is nothing but 32 bits. Okay, here so meaning of float is nothing but to have some decimal points after our actual value. Okay, so this is 32 bits. Similarly, we have double, which holds, let's say, 76 point this value, which is nothing but 8 bytes. This is 64 bits. Okay, In case of double, we don't need to give anything, but if we want to give, we should give D as an indication that this is a double type of variable. Okay. By default, if we don't give anything, then it is considered as double. But if you remove f from this value, it will give an error that the required type is float, but we have provided it as double because it is considering this particular value as double. To solve this error, either we should make this float as double or we should write f at the end. Okay. And now remains char data type. So to assign any value to char, we should give one character in single quote. Okay. So this character holds 2 bytes of data, which is nothing but 16 bits. Actually, this is a ASCII representation. Okay. Good thing here is that we can either assign direct character to this variable or we can give the integer value to that variable so that the 97th character from the ASCII will be the value for char1. तो मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि there is a numeral representation for each and every ASCII character. So A's ASCII representation is 97. If you print this CHR1, value of CHR1 is nothing but, so if you print this CHR1 here and if you print this CHR here, you will see both have same values. CHR value is A and okay, CHR value is A and CHR1 value as well as A. So similarly for B, it will be 98. We are done with primitive data types. I'll quickly tell you what is the non-primitive data type. Okay. The data types which are defined by user are called as non-primitive data type. जो data types user ने खुद define किए हैं उनको हम non-primitive data types बोलते हैं. जैसे कि string, okay, array, okay, map, hash map. These are all classes in Java which are defined by user. And if we try to create variable using these classes, object using these classes, then that will be of type non-primitive. We can create our own non-primitive data type. For example, I'll create here class person. Person can have name of type string. Person can have age of type integer. Okay. And if I'll create the object of person, then this is of type non-primitive because this class person is defined by me. That's why it is an user defined data type, and that's why we called it as a non-primitive data type. Okay. To cut it short, we have 8 primitive data types which are given by Java. These keywords are reserved. All should start from small character, small letter, and non-primitive data types are nothing but the data types which are defined by user. Okay, here we can have our own custom data type person. And these all primitive data types have different sizes. Byte has 1 byte, boolean has 1 bit, short has 2 bytes, so on and so forth. Okay, I hope this helps you understand that which are the data types in Java. This is very basic session. Everyone should know the data types for the language which they are going to learn. Okay. I hope this is clear now. Please let me know if you have any questions in comment section. I'll try to accommodate those questions for you guys. And let me know next topic, which topic you want to learn. So before closing this session, I just want to push this code to Git repository. Okay. So that I will have track of my work. I'll just open my GitHub account. I'll simply create one repository here. New repository for data types, which will be public. Create repository. I hope this name matches with this one. Okay, I'll just git init so that this particular directory will be initialized with the git. And I'll just try git status. In git ignore, I'll add .idea file so that I'll not upload that file. Data types YML is also not needed. Now I only have 2 files which I want to commit. So I'll add them into the git stack. Those are being added. Green means those files are being added in git stack. Now I'll commit those files with some message that data types in Java. Okay, now these files are committed. Now I'll just push this code to my remote branch. Let me pull that repository. Okay, so something is wrong. Git remote add. Okay, so there was some issue while pushing this code because I had created this project in my local, and in repository I had this readme file added. So this local branch and this remote branch was not in sync. So what I had to do, first I had to add this remote link so that Git will know to which repository my code should get pushed. Okay, so I added git remote add and sorry, this one git remote add origin. So Git will know that this is the origin for my code, and whenever I'll try to push or pull the code, right, it should use this particular repository. Okay, this is nothing but this one. I copied this link from this code section and here. So once we are done with this one, Git will know. And next one, my remote repository was this readme file, and my local repository had these two files. So these were not in sync. So first I had to make those two branches sync. So मुझे यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ा, इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोजिटरी में मेरा readme फाइल था और मेरे लोकल में ये दो फाइल थे. तो वो दोनों ब्रांचेस, दिस लोकल मेन ब्रांच एंड दिस रिमोट मेन ब्रांच, वो दोनों सिंक में नहीं थे. तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ा, मुझे फर्स्ट ओरिजिन ब्रांच मतलब रिमोट ब्रांच से कोड मेरे लोकल में लाना पड़ा. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, उसने क्या किया गिट ने, यहाँ से कोड मेरे लोकल में लाया, उसको सिंक किया लोकल में पहले, फिर मैंने उसको पुश किया मेन में। तो अब इफ यू सी हियर, यहाँ पे सोर्स ऐड हो चुका है, वहां पे मेन फाइल आ गई है और ये अपना कोड है यहाँ पे। ओके, okay, while pulling this code from main branch, right, it asked me first that which strategy we should follow to merge our code. I used this strategy, जिसका मतलब ये है कि रिमोट ब्रांच का कोड मेरे लोकल ब्रांच में रिबेस करना है। जब भी मैं गिट पुल ओरिजिन करूंगा, तब मेरा रिमोट ब्रांच का कोड मेरे लोकल ब्रांच में रिबेस हो जाएगा, and then I can push my local branches code to my main branch, origin main branch। जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे मेरा मेन ब्रांच में अपना कोड आ चुका है। Okay, this is little bit confusing, but once you get to know these things, right, you will see that this is very easy, but you have to get used to these things. Every time you create new code, you should push to the Git repository so that you can learn these things, and it will help you in your career as well। ओके, जब भी हम कंपनी ज्वाइन करते हैं तब हमको ये चीजें सीखनी होती है, तो क्यों ना हम पहले ही सीख के रखें। ओके, सो थैंक यू गाइस, थैंक यू वेरी मच। लेट मी नो इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस इन कमेंट सेक्शन। I'm stopping this session now. Thank you।